Now, imagine weaponizing falsehoods about your own country to gain asylum from a crime that doesn't even exist. Now, family, that's not patriotism, but that's betrayal. And in my view, that's treason. Dimilang, Absheni, Ralocha, Sanmanani, Molweni. My name is Naledi Mfoloe, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our community. Mayibuye Mandela, yes, from that Mandela family, is calling for criminal charges against AfriForum and Solidarity. Now, his argument is that they coordinated campaign of disinformation and a so-called white genocide in South Africa has broken multiple laws from immigration fraud to hate speech and even the Anti-Terrorism Act. And let me say it now, I agree with him. This is not freedom of speech, but this is sabotage.
I was informed by the media that the Hawks are investigating complaints of high treason against AfriForum. I will not be having any sleepless nights over this, as these complaints are baseless. If the state, however, goes ahead with this, it will make us stronger. It would confirm the point that there are ANC leaders that are abusing their power to govern against certain sections of the population.
Just days ago, Julius Malema stood on a Youth Day platform and reminded the world that there is no white genocide in South Africa. And yet, as he said those words, somewhere across the ocean, 49 self-exiled Boers were smiling, sitting comfortably in the United States with refugee status they gained by selling a fantasy. Because make no mistake, that's what it is. A fantasy crafted in boardrooms, packaged in panic. And Mayibuye Mandela says AfriForum and Solidarity gave the United States authority the impression that South Africa was in danger of racial cleansing and that white farmers were being unalived in masses. Now, let me be clear. South Africa does have a violent crime problem, full stop. It affects everyone, white, black, poor, urban, rural. A genocide? That's just an exaggeration. And that, my friends, is propaganda. And when Donald Trump parrots that lie on live TV, the damage is global. Investment drops, aid gets frozen, and suddenly the very real suffering of millions of Black South Africans is overshadowed by the fiction of white persecution. So you want to talk about betrayal? That's it. What AfriForum and Solidarity are doing is not advocacy, but it's a geopolitical gaslighting. And now, with the claims that this narrative helps sway the US to pull funding from South Africa and accept Afrikaner asylum seekers, Mayibuye Mandela is the right to demand consequences. The government has confirmed it's investigating treason charges, and I say it's about time because I've watched these groups rebrand apartheid nostalgia as cultural preservation. I've seen how they twist real socio-economic pain into a racial panic button, and they really don't want equality. They want exception, and they don't want the truth, but they want traction with white nationalists aboard. And it's quite sad because if an ANC aligned group had gone to Washington feeding lies about the Constitution and undermining our institutions and lobbying for sanctions, they'd be in orange jumpsuits by now. This isn't about silencing white voices, but it's about protecting democratic integrity. And don't get me wrong, right? AfriForum and Solidarity are free to express their opinions. But when these opinions become weapons that harm the nation, they're no longer harmless. So here's the bottom line. If you lie to the world to punish your political enemies at home, then you're not a patriot, but you're a liability. And if we want South Africa to heal, I do believe that we must call treason by its name. And this time, history is watching in real time by its name. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Let's continue the conversation in the comment section. And while you at it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That's it from me till we meet again. It is goodbye for now.